Hello, everyone. Today is December 27th, 2019, and today is the day that my YouTube channel was officially born. So I was driving home from work and I had a few things that I wanted to discuss, and I started to do a Facebook Live video, and then something said, just do it on YouTube. Never, this is my very first YouTube video. I really have no clue what I'm doing. I feel awkward on camera, but I'll get better. So I said, something said, do the video on YouTube, and then the idea jumped in my mind, well, just start a YouTube channel. Never had a YouTube channel. But here it is. So what prompted me to want to post this video is a young lady in my city, in Baltimore, was tragically murdered in her place of business a few days ago. And ever since this young lady's death, there have been conversations all over social media about life insurance. And for those of you who do not know me, I am the neighborhood insurance lady. That's the name I've given myself. I'm a life insurance agent. I'm very passionate about life insurance. I dream about life insurance. I probably talk about life insurance in my sleep. But I've been ducking and dodging the post about life insurance for the last couple days since this young lady was tragically murdered. I was not going to personally make a post about life insurance pertaining to the death of this young lady. Now, let me be clear. I don't know if she had life insurance. I don't know if she didn't have life insurance. All I know is that since she was murdered, her death has caused the conversation. People are talking about it all over social media platforms. And I intentionally was staying out of the conversations because I feel like there's a time and place for everything. And I think that when certain things happen, there's a certain level of sensitivity that we should apply to the matter. And I just didn't feel like, especially as an agent, her death should be what I use to discuss life insurance. So I stayed away from the conversations, and other people may say, well, that's the exact that's the perfect time. It is the time and the place to talk about it, but in respect for the family and things of that nature, I just felt like it may have not been the best thing to do to use this situation to make the point that people should have life insurance. But today I did join in the conversation. I seen a few posts on social media that I just could not ignore. And it was because you're going to hear a lot of things about life insurance. People have lots to say, a lot of opinions. You'll hear good things, you'll hear bad things. But I want us all to remember that when we make blanketed statements, things such as life insurance is a ripoff, life insurance agents are crooks, things of that nature, those kind of statements can be damaging, because especially if you live here in Baltimore and many other cities, you see the need on a daily basis for life insurance. You see families struggle to bury their loved ones, scrape money together. We're right in holiday season. A lot of people spent lots of money on the holidays, and unfortunately, a lot of people at this very same time have to also try to figure out how they're going to come up with money to bury a loved one. But that isn't exactly the way I wanted this first video to go. What I wanted to address is you're going to hear a lot of different things about life insurance, good and bad. You'll hear things like the companies are ripoffs, agents are crooks. You'll hear people talk about how different examples of how policies didn't pay out. You'll also hear some of those people say they don't even know the reason why the policies didn't pay out. You'll hear that term life insurance is better than whole life. You'll hear that whole life insurance is better than term. And I just want to tell you that do your research. If you're hearing negative things about life insurance and the things that you're hearing may be deterring you from getting the policy if you don't have one, sit down with an agent that you know, one that you trust, or if you don't know one personally, ask someone who has life insurance. Can they refer you to someone? And not necessarily to just get a policy. Ask questions. If you're hearing that term life is better than whole life, sit with an agent. Ask them the pros and cons of each one. Many agents, they're not going to mind answering your questions. I'm always available. I answer questions all the time for people who aren't my clients. But do your own research, good or bad. You may hear that this particular product is the best product in the world, and a million people that you know may be saying, oh yeah, this product, this type of policy is the best thing since sliced bread. Do your research. That way, you'll be able to make an educated decision on what's best for your situation and your family and your finances. But I don't want anyone to read things on social media platforms or, hear things in passing and decide that life insurance just isn't for them. The need for it is great. And even if you feel like, well, okay, I don't want to sit with an agent because agents are trained to sell life insurance, so they're just going to tell me, they're going to tell me that I need it, and they're going to tell me that everyone should have it, which I feel like most people should have it. I mean, even rich people, it's a need for it. It's just a need for it. But that I'm going too far off what I wanted this first video to be about. But you could probably even go on Amazon and purchase some of the same books that we as life insurance agents had to study from to take our exam and get our license, and learn for yourself. But I think when we're on our social media platforms, we should try to be more careful about the things that we say, because like I said, we live in a city that, and I don't want to use that as my platform to tell people that they should get insurance, but it's just reality. We live in a city where, and we live in a world where death happens. It happens, and no one ever knows when it's going to happen. And people think that people tend to think that you're young and healthy, so you can put it off, you can wait. That isn't always the case, because there are people, and it's not always a murder thing. You could walk down the street and get hit by a car. Life happens, and death, unfortunately, is a part of life. So I'm always available to answer any questions you may have. 365 days in a year. There's no day off for me when it pertains to insurance. And people who know me know that I love my birthday. I feel like it is just a national holiday. It should be celebrated everywhere by everybody. But I will even answer insurance questions, do insurance policies on my birthday. That's how serious I am about it. And I'm the agent where even if I can't insure you with the companies that I'm with, it's not going to stop me from answering your questions. It's not going to stop me from referring you to a company that you may be able to get coverage with, because it is my mission to insure the hood. It's too many of us who don't have it. And I get it. We have to do what we have to do. If for whatever reason a loved one passes and the insurance isn't there, and I'm not promoting GoFundMe to bury our loved ones, but I understand people have to do what we have to do. But we also have to get to a place where we know the GoFundMes aren't guaranteed. A lot of people are starting to feel like they're replacing life insurance. So in many cases, people have adopted the attitude, I'm not donating, So we just have to, and I'm getting off my point again, but I feel like we have to get on a better financial footing as a whole, as a community. But I'll talk about that a little later in some of my other videos. But the purpose of this very first video, and I'm nervous, y'all, so I'm sorry if I'm fidgeting with my hair, things like that. I never feel quite comfortable on camera. But like I said, I'll get better with time. But I just want to encourage everyone to not let the negative or even the positive things that we hear about insurance to really sway our decisions about it. Go out, find someone. Like I said, I'm always available. I know other agents. Get the information for yourself. Get the information for yourself. Yes, I'm not going to sit here and say to you that there aren't instances where people have had insurance and the policies didn't pay out. But there's always a why. You may hear people say, my so-and-so or a friend of mine's aunt, cousin, mother, niece had a policy and the person passed away and the insurance policy didn't pay out. Well, if you're hearing things like that, sit with an agent, call one of the companies, find out the reasons that the many different reasons that a policy may not pay out. And I think that you'll find, if you take the time out to do your research, that the benefits of having life insurance far outweigh the instances where it didn't work out the way we would hope that it would work out. And it's normally a reason for that. And maybe I'll do an entire video on what would cause a life insurance policy not to pay out. Maybe that'll be my third video, because I think my second video will be an official introduction to who I am and why I do what I do. That probably should have been the first video, but I wanted to address some things because I was sitting on how I wanted to address it all day. I read a post and it had me kind of fired up, but I didn't know how exactly I wanted to address it. I was going to make a post, but I wanted something that would reach a larger audience. And I think doing a neighborhood insurance lady YouTube channel will help me to reach a a broader audience and speak about life insurance related topics. I think that's what the title of my channel is going to be, since I call myself the neighborhood insurance lady. So I'm going to end this video on a few. And this is like the millionth video that I did. So this one is probably not exactly to my liking either, but I'm not starting over again. I'm going to publish this one, but I do want to show you all my business card. I can't see. I have to get, my son is going to have to show me how to do all of this stuff, because I think that picture is blurry. You can't really see it. But yeah, that's terrible. It's a better way to do this. I see people, they take pictures and they upload them and they edit it. I'll get there eventually. But that picture didn't seem like it was too clear to me. So anyway, I'm currently licensed to sell insurance in Maryland, Virginia, Ohio, North Carolina, and South Carolina. If you were able to see if it was clear, there is an email address listed here, but I did, after I made my business cards, I created an email account specifically for insurance, and that email address is neighborhoodinsurancalady@outlook.com. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email with any questions. I'll get back to you. And I guess you can leave comments in the comment section of this video, and I can answer you there. And the video, the email address this on this card is Lakeya. That's LAKEYA.Randall@yahoo.com. That's also available, but I really am trying to do all insurance related things on my new email address, which is again neighborhoodinsurancalady@outlook.com. If you're connected with me on my social media platforms, you can always inbox me about anything insurance related, and I will answer your questions. And if there is a case where I don't have the answer, I don't know the answer, I will find, because I'm a researcher. I'm a researcher by nature. Or maybe I'm just nosy, or a little bit of both, but I like to go digging for information. So if you ask a question and I'm unable to answer it right away, trust me when I tell you I will find that answer for you. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video. It was nice talking to you guys. There will be more videos to follow, and there's about 5 days left in this month. If you went through 2019 without life insurance, let's not bring the new year in that way. Get with an agent. It doesn't have to be me. I will love your business, but it does not have to be me. And at least get some quotes started. You know, let's try to go into the new year doing things a little differently. So if you don't have a policy now, let's see if we can change that before the new year comes in. So until next time, this is the Neighborhood Insurance Lady, and I'm signing off. Bye.